Mary Sue. We hear that term used quite a bit in modern day entertainment, but what's the actual definition of the word? According to Oxford Languages, a Mary Sue is defined as a type of female character who is depicted unrealistically, lacking in flaws or weaknesses. And if you want some examples of that, think of Katniss Everdeen, Captain Marvel, Wendy, and Rey Palpatine.
Rey Skywalker.
It's Palpatine, goddammit. Well, with the release of Gen V's second season comes yet another Mary Sue in the form of Marie, who's pretty much Scarlet from Mortal Kombat on steroids, and if you think her bringing her sister back from the dead last episode was wild, well, stand the fuck by. Gen V, Season 2, Episode 7. Let's talk about it.
Say what again? Say what again? Say what again? Say what again?
So what was once the most intriguing thing for me in this show, and I said as much in my last video, has turned into my biggest point of contention, and that's obviously Marie. Last episode, we found out that she was one of the 2 babies that survived the Odessa project, with the other baby being Homelander himself.
You serious?
Now, this created a multitude of problems from a lore standpoint. Gen V continues the trend of deconstructing Homelander, for no other reason than Eric Kripke is a fucking asshole and doesn't want us to like the character. Newsflash, Eric, you fucking Pop-Tart, we don't think Homelander is a hero. We just think he's a compelling character with a tragic, understandable backstory who's portrayed by the always charismatic Anthony Starr. You ought to be happy you created such an iconic villain, not getting pissed off because we don't like who you want us to like.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Anyway, with Marie being revealed to be the only other baby to survive the Odessa project, that begs the question, can she rival Homelander? Well, yes, the show goes out of its way multiple times to make sure we know that, but doesn't provide any proof or support that Marie even deserves that kind of recognition. What the fuck has she done? What trials has she faced? What tribulations has she gone through? What failures? What flaws? What weaknesses does she have other than her sister who she magically brought back from the dead without any explanation?
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
See, Homelander was engineered from the ground up to be the most powerful soup in existence. He was used, abused, and tortured as a child, underwent challenges that tested his physical strengths, and was so far removed from society and what it meant to have any human emotion. One of his biggest flaws of his character to date is his obsession with adoration and confirmation. And I can't stress this enough. All of this was done when he was a small child, to the point he didn't know any different. He didn't know love, he didn't know compassion, which molded him into the overpowered, tyrannical, evil being that he is in The Boys. But Marie, she just has to recognize her true potential. That's about it.
Fuck.
So we know polarity, right? Andre's father, who can control metal and has the really interesting story of having seizures so bad that he can't control his powers, which leads to the destruction of any and everything around him. Well, not anymore, because after Marie got through turning water into wine, she used her Jesus Christ powers to cure polarity of that on the spot. No more tremors, no more afflictions, no more seizures, no more compelling storyline of a disabled soup struggling to control himself. It's all gone because Marie, the savior of all mankind, willed it. Oh, and you know how Marie and the others can't stand Kate, even though they keep her around for whatever reason, because she used her powers on them in season 1 and broke their trust? Well, Marie does the exact same thing by lifting Emma, Sam, Jordan, and the guy with no top lip into the air by controlling their blood. And then she proceeds to try and convince Kate to use her powers once again on them so they don't follow her as she's pursuing Gdulkan and Cypher.
Really?
And I want you guys to remember, this is the same hero that not even a few episodes ago was struggling to move blood bags from one table to another table 5 yards away, but now apparently she's capable of controlling 4 soups and lifting them into the air with next to no effort.
But wait! There's more!
Well, Marie actually ends up locating Gdulkan through his heartbeat, even though she clearly tells Polarity that she can't sense it because there's too many people around. Whatever, I guess. And she decides to completely heal him. Gone are the burns, the breathing tube, his hair grows back, muscles he hasn't used and Marie knows how long work perfectly fine now. And Marie, well, she gets a little 11 from Stranger Things nosebleed, falls down, and then gets back up about 3 minutes later. What the fuck, man? But she's not the only world-changing ramification of the show either, because come to find out, Gdulkan was behind all of it. Once he's healed by the Father, the Son, and the Holy Marie, he's revealed that he's a soup himself and has been controlling Cypher the entire time. Now, I got a few questions about this. Like, what are the limits of Gdulkan's powers? How far away is the school from Cypher's house? Because that's where Gdulkan has been stored for most of the show, right? Is the house 5, 10, 20, 30 miles away? Can he control anyone from any distance? How did he control both Cypher and Jordan at the same time a couple of episodes ago? How many people can he control at once? If he was controlling Cypher 100% of the time, why was he constantly hurting himself? Like in this episode where he makes Cypher hit him with a belt.
I'm kicking my ass! Do you mind?
As a matter of fact, why did he let Marie and the others get away? Obviously, Marie is in somewhat of a weakened state, at least until the third day when she decides to rise again, so why didn't Gdulkan just take control of her right then and there? Sure, you can make an argument that he's a supremacist and he doesn't want to hurt the most powerful of his kind because he wants them to rule the world. But it's very obvious Marie and her band of merry misfits are going to be a problem for him, so why not just cut them off at the knees when they're most vulnerable? Who cares? I guess we need the rest of the plot to happen. And look, Gen V Season 1 wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but at the very least, it was entertaining and compelling enough to keep me invested with the interpersonal relationships, heroes slowly discovering their powers, and the steady integration of Vought, the main boy's storyline. But now, this is a fucking mess, playing into every tired, overused trope in modern writing, stepping all over its own lore and world building, and destroying whatever semblance of the source material of the series is left. Thankfully, we've only got one more episode of this shit. Then we can forget about it for another 2 years while they write whatever stupid nonsense they come up with next. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for checking out my review. I'll talk to y'all later.